today we have with us Mr. Frank Albrecht, teacher at McCaskey. And I have learned that you have been visiting students' homes. Can you tell me why you decided to do that and how you decided to select certain students' homes?
Well, I would love to share that with you. The reason I still have a job is because I follow the instructions of my superiors. So I visit homes because either principals, student family resource specialists ask me to, or counselors ask me to visit a home because a student has not been working on their, usually for the seniors, it's a cyber course. And I go because people ask me to go.
Mm-hmm. So you're not selecting where you go visit, which students to visit?
Very seldom do I self-select. If I do self-select, I let a principal know that I visited a home. Mm-hmm. I'm not just visiting random homes. I visit homes of people that have told me to visit for a particular reason.
Right. I imagine those are students who are struggling in some way.
They are wonderful students.
I'm sure they're wonderful.
They are fantastic.
Yeah.
And struggling, usually academically, but there may be a situation where a student is struggling emotionally or mentally, and almost always it's because a principal or an SFRS or a counselor has not been able to reach a parent.
Right.
Then they send me to the home because they've exhausted all the resources that they've had so far.
Right. So I know that this is a really difficult time for students.
Yeah.
They're missing their friends, their teachers, they're socially isolated. And so that could be why they're struggling. So when you talk to the students, I know that you stand outside and you're socially distancing. So what do you say to the students?
Well, almost everything I say is to build a student up and to help them believe that they have a high IQ, and it's not the intellectual quotient that is an issue, it's the emotional intelligence that is an issue, that is doing the right thing in the right place at the right time. Once I try to talk to a student and a parent at the same time on the initial visit or the first couple visits. And I start by saying what a wonderful person they are, how unique they are, and how this world needs them. They have a special place. And nobody at McCaskey is more important than the person I'm talking to. Now, you are not more important than anybody else, but nobody is more important than you. And boy, I'll tell you, I often have parents tear up when I'm talking like that because they think that their child is special, of course, and very unique, but they often don't hear other people say that. And I need to tell you, Dr. Rao, every single young person I have visited in the last month during this pandemic, it has been a very positive experience. And because I have gone multiple times, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times to the house, every time I go, I am seeing the young person believe more in themselves and actually realize that they are intelligent. And oftentimes the visits turn into the young person now deciding to go to Thaddeus Stevens or Hack or another college.
So have you noticed that once you have started visiting, that they're starting to do their work on our learning program?
Dr. Rao. Okay, so I spent a long time with one family that didn't have internet, and I didn't know that it didn't have internet right away. But that was so hard. I eventually took that family to the other side of Reading because the Lancaster plant was closed. Comcast was closed, and they got their internet hooked up. Well, then they didn't know how to get on, and when I emailed IT, there was a couple of wrong numbers in IT. So through a lot of work, we actually got them internet, okay? Now, that family, I kept in touch with them every week, and they are working because teachers tell me that they're working. With the cyber kids, I asked them to tell me how much progress they have. One young man I started working with about a week and a half ago was at 2% for part 1 and 2 of 12th grade CA. Every week I'd go, he'd say, well, I'm at 20% now for each one. I'm at 46, 55. And just to check, I'd check with our cyber people, Ms. Paragua, Ms. Testa, and see if what he was saying was coherent. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited because what I do is I have them read to me exactly where they're at each time. Then, so I'm 15 to 20 feet away from them. I'll ring the bell and then I run down to the sidewalk and I ask them to stay on the porch. It's so cute.
Right, so we have lots of parents with lots of students, right? What advice can you give our parents about motivating their children to do the work? Because you can't go to every house.
No. Yeah, I hear you. And this is the advice that I would give to the parents. Parents, you do have a lot more that you can do than what you thought you could do, okay? Have your child show you exactly where you go on the computer or how do you get on parent view. Counselors can help you do that if you don't understand that. Oftentimes parents would come in and then a secretary counselor would help a parent get on parent view. But a parent can't make a child work, but what they can do is say, if you do this, then we'll do this. I will set aside a time every day to go on the computer and check and affirm you to see how you're doing. Does that make sense, Dr. Rao?
Yes, so sending positive messages is very important for parents, right? It's not just the discipline, but it's also showing the love and the trust.
Well, I'm hoping that during this pandemic, families become closer together, more loving, more caring, and maybe they can actually sit down, incline their feet a little bit and let the blood flow to their brain and think about what they can do different than what they've been doing. What we did at our house when we tried to change a habit, because sometimes we got into negative habits, we would make little sticky notes and put them like on the window of our kitchen, because maybe during a mealtime we started criticizing each other. We would say, only positive words can come out of our mouths during supper.
That's a great idea. That's a nice little tool that anybody can use. Well, Mr. Albrecht, thank you so much for being here with us today. Lots of good tips for parents. Thank you. Keep up the good work. I know that our families really appreciate you. I know I see you all over the place, giving out computers, giving out food. I want you to take care of yourself too.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I promise to do that. And Dr. Rao, would you please put your words into practice too in your life?
Yeah, I'm trying to, Mr. Albrecht. Have a good one.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.